I guarantee a lot of the fans were looking down at their phones when the show started, heard the Hardy chants, and briefly looked up and hoped that the Hardy Boys returned. Kinda awkward to hear a Hardy chant in WWE that doesn't belong to either Jeff or Matt. WWE has returned to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio for the Royal Rumble, thus breaking the tradition of having the Rumble in this city for every year that has a 7 in it. 97, 07, 17. Though it's a mindfuck moment when you realize the year is 2023, add those individual numbers up, and you get 7. Coincidence? Also, why is it that WWE sold half the seats in the Alamo Dome this year but practically every seat in 2017? The trend of WWE hosting half-stadium events is weird already, but it's more awkward when you see that they used this venue with a full capacity before. Also, why didn't they just rebuild the stage they used for the 2017 Rumble in this same stadium instead of the entrance through the tunnel with a curved walkway?
For the 35th time!
Michael Cole says this is the 35th Royal Rumble, which is actually false. This is the 36th Rumble event, and that's not counting the greatest Royal Rumble event in 2018.
We're over 50,000!
I'm sorry, but I have trouble believing that 50,000 fans were in attendance for this night with half a stadium, while WWE also claimed 50,000 were in attendance for the full stadium 6 years prior. If you look closely, you can see a bunch of firefighters at the top of the stage with fire extinguishers at the ready on the very case this WrestleMania sign also catches on fire.
Let's go!
Michael Cole doesn't recognize Pat McAfee's entrance. Sure, it's been a while since Pat was in WWE, but even I'd recognize the way "Hey, let's go" is said anywhere. Also, you gotta love it when surprise returns happen immediately when a show begins. Gets you pumped up for what's to take place. Welcome back, Pat McAfee.
You gotta be kidding me!
Why does Corey Graves hate Pat McAfee all of a sudden? They literally had no interaction with each other, yet Corey hates his guts out of nowhere. Is it just me, or is the walkway to the ring getting smaller and smaller with every event that takes place? There's almost no room to walk.
Cancel WrestleMania!
Corey Graves is trying way too hard to hate on Pat McAfee. It's not even entertaining. He's probably just asking for a WrestleMania match, otherwise what's the point of the sudden hatred?
I'm going home!
Thank you, please do.
I have no idea what's going on!
Boy, that would suck if Pat McAfee actually wiped out the first time he dances on the chair. See you in another 4 months, I guess. If you can see right here, Gunther is already on the stage ready for his entrance before they even announced the 30-man Royal Rumble match. So he basically spoiled everyone who's entering at number 1. I get that's what Gunther does, but in the Rumble's case, I would have honestly waited until the music hit before arriving. I mean, come on, starting off the Royal Rumble with Gunther and Sheamus was the best decision. Still get chills from their epic match at Clash at the Castle. Gunther knows! Got your nose!
Shout out to Applebee's.
I love Pat McAfee with his subtle shoutouts. Usually the commentators ignore the sponsors except when it's all in your face on the screen, so that was funny.
18!
Wrestlers may want to reconsider running to the ring due to the long length of the walkway and the turn they gotta make before running some more.
Miz knows what it's like to main event WrestleMania.
Actually, he doesn't. The Miz literally has no memory of the WrestleMania 27 main event due to the concussion he suffered.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
We're only 3 entrants in, and there's already some hilarious creativity with Gunther and Sheamus trying to hit each other, missing and hitting the Miz by accident instead. Love it!
Field.
Good to see Johnny Gargano return from his brief injury, but damn, that's a dead crowd. Even when his name appeared, not much of a reception. Johnny wrestling is just like me. Heavily popular once in the past, but not so much anymore. It happens in life, folks.
All involved. And still no.
Kofi Kingston walks toward Johnny Gargano to receive the slingshot spear, but had to walk forward and lift his arms up before Johnny could even get into position. Not a good start for Johnny.
Trying to eliminate Sheamus. And out.
Johnny Gargano seriously prevents Gunther from eliminating Sheamus? If I were him, I'd let Gunther finish the job. It means one less enemy for me to deal with.
Trying to eliminate.
And to make matters worse, both Sheamus and Johnny have a chance to eliminate Gunther, but then Kofi Kingston is like, nope, not on my watch. I hate it when wrestlers do that.
That's what they're hoping for.
Because Xavier Woods had poor timing on running to the ropes with Kofi Kingston, he had to stop himself halfway just to get in sync. I am both weirded out and impressed at the same time, so I'll give a sin remover because the New Day will always be one of the funniest acts in WWE history. I'm surprised the rest of the wrestlers didn't suddenly realize they turned black and white for a moment. Like, imagine if they were competing and one of them shouts, "Holy crap, I'm tripping so many balls!" Want to know what's weird about this? Alpha Academy and the Street Profits were 4 entrants that were kept hidden until the day of the Royal Rumble. And no offense to them, that's not exactly entrants worth keeping a secret. That's why it kind of felt like a letdown when they were confirmed during the pre-show after all the speculation of what WWE was hiding.
What's up with the shoes?
Chad Gable has been yelling shoosh for well over a year by this point, yet only now is Michael Cole questioning it.
Especially to the internet saying that you looked pregnant last night.
What the fuck?
Oh, we're about to have a little wrestling match here.
Wow, Pat, you mean to tell me that they're gonna have a wrestling match in the middle of a wrestling match? That's just freaking unheard of. Wait, it actually is? Oh, then good for you, Pat?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre be like, I'm fired up for the Rumble. I'm ready. Phew. This is a long walkway. What are those carts we use for the Rumble in this same stadium?
What's Drew and Sheamus' name?
It's not appropriate for public consumption.
Why? What's wrong with saying Banger Bros? What does that even mean? You know what? I'm gonna look it up for a second. Oh, God! Oh, actually, he's hot.
Gunther thinking twice about this.
Probably because he knows Drew McIntyre once pinned him in under 2 minutes. Oops.
No was in the Royal Rumble match in San Antonio. Well, that didn't bode.
You're not seriously telling me that Chad Gable was too weak to do a simple Irish whip on Santos Escobar to the point where he struggled to do it twice with absolutely no resistance from Santos, right?
Now Escobar up.
Santos Escobar must have received his Royal Rumble strategies from Mil Mascaras the way he threw himself over the top rope.
15 minutes and counting.
First, Chad couldn't even Irish whip Santos, and now he couldn't move out of the way even after being alerted in advance to the oncoming cross body. Is he physically okay?
WWE officials are still the best officials in all of sport.
I was about to laugh at Pat McAfee for that claim, then looked at the history of referees in other sports and realized that wrestling referees are the most sane out of any sport, so I'm gonna sit back down.
Match still going strong.
That was impressive and well done for both Kofi Kingston and Santos Escobar. The cooperation was great, and the execution, while slightly flawed, was enough to remove us in. So the plan here probably was for Kofi to land on the chair without falling to the floor, thus saving himself. But unfortunately, the collapse of the chair caused his feet to hit the ground. After 2 consecutive years of Kofi trying his usual Royal Rumble save moment and failing miserably, I think it's time to hang that up once and for all.
Eliminated record.
Brock Lesnar may want to stop being careless for his suplexes because Sheamus nearly landed on his freaking head. We almost had another Big E accident, and nobody wants that. Yes. Just yes. Give me that match. This is one of the coolest things about the Royal Rumble match. Teases potential future clashes yet to be seen. WWE isn't even trying to keep it a secret anymore that these so-called random entrants are not so random at all. Bobby Lashley conveniently drew the number after Brock Lesnar, the guy he's feuding with. At least wait a couple numbers first to make it look realistically random. Brock Lesnar smiles after getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble match, knowing full well he's found his WrestleMania 39 opponent. Kylo Ren.
Brock's pissed.
Pre-entered post-elimination assault.
Yeah, and this is entry number.
No disrespect to the excited audience, but they're singing along to Seth Rollins' music way too early. Doesn't have the same feel when they start the chorus before the actual chorus begins. That'd be like singing Shinsuke Nakamura's theme during the intro.
Corbin.
Pat McAfee's laugh when Baron Corbin got eliminated in 7 seconds was priceless. Even after their SummerSlam match, the bad blood is still there. You'll love to see it.
It's a long way these days.
Old cheap.
Otis was about to suplex Sheamus, then realized he had a bad grip, causing Sheamus to hop around waiting for something to happen.
I think a sumo wrestler would be favored in any Royal Rumble.
Except for the fact that there was once a legitimate sumo wrestler who appeared in the greatest Royal Rumble match and lasted about 30 seconds before getting easily eliminated. Anybody else remember that random moment? Probably not, but that's what I'm here for. Rey Mysterio got legitimately injured during this match with Karrion Kross last night on SmackDown, so as a result, he could not make it to the Royal Rumble match. If I'm being perfectly honest, they should have outright announced it so that a spot wouldn't go to waste. Or have Dominic Mysterio enter first so that he can show the mask and confirm that he assaulted his dad, who will not be arriving later. Meanwhile, the empty spot is filled by someone else.
Flip out the back door, the Almighty over the.
It's a little sad that some wrestlers are hyped up as tough to eliminate and then they get easily eliminated with literally no effort. Even Seth Rollins was like, wait, that actually worked? Also, even if I'd seen it, I think it would have been better if Brock Lesnar returned and eliminated Bobby Lashley to confirm their WrestleMania match. Holy mindfuck! The moment Dominic Mysterio puts on his father's mask, he looked exactly like a taller version of him. I swear, I looked down, looked back up, and thought that Rey Mysterio had finally arrived before realizing. I can't be the only one who thinks the mask looks great on Dominic, right?
This kid is a piece of shit. Watch your mouth.
Michael Cole fucking rules when he's hanging out with Pat McAfee and given the freedom to express himself. Cool as this heel moment is, Dominic spends the entirety of his walk to the ring trying to rip up Rey's mask and couldn't get the job done by the time he reached the ring. Obviously, Elias wants to use his guitar as a weapon in this match, but he enters the ring and leaves it there for any random wrestler to utilize it themselves. What an idiot.
And there goes Johnny Wrestling.
Is it sad that up until his elimination, I actually forgot about Johnny Gargano's presence in the Royal Rumble match? I'm just saying, I thought Triple H liked this guy. Booker T's appearance surprised me. It really did. I seen his tweets where he wants to be part of the Royal Rumble match, but I thought he was just playing along to the hype. So to see him make his short appearance was a welcoming surprise.
And now eliminated by Gunther.
I get the booing because Booker T is a Texas favorite, but you didn't actually think he'd be hanging around, right? This is how the formula works. Legend makes a surprise cameo to a cheering crowd, enters the ring, hits their signature poses and finishing moves, and then out they go. Because once you've seen all those moves, you've seen just about everything they can physically do. I don't know about you guys, but the dude on the right looks to me like he does everything with epic entertainment.
Oh no!
It sucks that someone as athletic as Montez Ford gets eliminated in less than 50 seconds, but I can't ignore Montez managing to land on his feet after being thrown out of the ring. Gets eliminated, but looks like a badass on the way out. See, this is the issue with having these specific stage designs in the stadium. WWE has no room for the usual pyrotechnics and has to put them in different areas of the stadium. I remember SummerSlam when Brock Lesnar had to turn around the other way completely just to do his signature dance with a pyro exploding behind him. But also, it's fucking Edge. I love the Royal Rumble match for these reasons. Why was this so bad to everyone else? Lack of 15 surprise entrants every 5 minutes of the match.
Cut him in half, Edge! Cut him in half!
Promoting bisection.
Now coming to his aid, Edge is...
Elimination at the hands of already eliminated participants is always a sin, even if it does set up the future of the feud. Fuck potential mixed tag matches. Give me Beth Phoenix versus Rhea Ripley in a one-on-one match. Holy shit, this moment was awesome. I'll take out 5 sins this time. Because of how long it takes Omos to reach the ring, maybe WWE should have brought back those ring carts after all to speed things up. This lasts almost an entire 90-second interval.
Massive choke slam!
Wrestler who's 7 feet or taller always uses a chokeslam cliche. Name me one wrestler that's tall who doesn't do that. I'm just saying, it's being overused because they can't do much of anything else.
You got him, Braun? No, you don't. I lied, Braun. You don't got him.
Pat McAfee rules all commentary in 2023. I'm gonna guarantee that this early into the year. WWE trolling their audience into thinking a surprise entrant was entering at number 28 by waiting in suspense before playing Ricochet's music. Ha! Y'all got CM Punk'd. Okay, that sounded better in my head. I would have removed 5, maybe 10 sins if Braun Strowman launched Ricochet so hard that he accidentally eliminated him from the Royal Rumble match. Imagine. It takes nearly 4 minutes between the entrance of number 28 and number 29. That's shockingly not the most embarrassing mistake that's about to happen at tonight's event. Boy, those who bet a lot of money on certain New Japan stars showing up at tonight's Rumble probably feel like they got scammed, am I right?
But Logan Paul seems...
And then Drew McIntyre gives Logan Paul a Claymore kick, causing yet another entrant to fail his appearance.
The fact Logan Paul has proven...
I said it before, I'll say it again. Hangman Adam Page has serious competition with the Buckshot Lariat ever since Logan Paul started wrestling. You know what? Put those two in a WWE/AEW Forbidden Door match to see who can hit it better. You're probably expecting me to remove so many sins for the return of Cody Rhodes. Plot twist, I'm not. But only because it doesn't seem fair that he gets handed the number 30 spot as a result of his announced return in advance. I prefer these returns to happen at a random number like 16 or 23, so that the crowd doesn't obviously know it's you. I'll get to his return story later. This is a sight I didn't think I would see. Michael Cole was the only commentator standing up while Pat McAfee is sitting down. This opposite day or something?
He is highlight worthy! Oh!
Logan Paul and Ricochet is a match we definitely should see down the line after something like that. Controversial as he is, I guarantee Logan Paul could even face Omos and put on an epic performance as a result. Anyone care to prove me wrong?
You're not gonna steal my spotlight twice!
Actually, given the match results you guys had, I'd say that Cody Rhodes has already stolen the spotlight from Seth Rollins 3 times in a row. So I think you mean you're not going to do it for a 4th time, which Cody inevitably does anyway.
Instance, pedigree! What? One of his...
Pedigree dick measuring contest.
How is he still walking after what him and Ricochet did?
I mean, it's not like Logan Paul landed and broke his legs after that amazing collision with Ricochet, Pat. I gotta say, Gunther was the best performer in tonight's Royal Rumble match, lasting literally 71 minutes and going through every last one of the entrants before making it to the final 2. Even though he doesn't win, and honestly deserved it the most based off his performance, I'm gonna take off 15 sins right now.
Second rope, Gunther catches it with a clothesline!
Actually, Gunther hit Cody Rhodes with a punch, not a clothesline. You could tell by the way he swung the arm.
Gunther eliminate Rhodes!
That has honestly got to be the softest stomps to an opponent that I have ever seen. Gunther doesn't even look like he's trying to eliminate Cody Rhodes here.
Rhodes, Gunther over the top rope!
What I like about this final 2 moment is Cody and Gunther last over 7 minutes before a winner is crowned. Even when it seems like Cody has the win, Gunther continues to fight back. Such a fantastic Royal Rumble match, and we're only getting started here.
Wants it!
Nice tribute to Goldust. Even though Cody Rhodes is addicted to Gunther's ring gunnerels, it was still a nice touch.
Rhodes. This will definitely...
Honestly, Gunther should have taken advantage of this moment and lifted up Cody for a powerbomb only to throw him out of the ring. Yeah, we need Cody to have his epic return moment, but even if he were to lose, that would have been the perfect way to do it. The number 30 spot winning 5 Royal Rumble matches has led this to be overdone, but it's time for me to give the praise that Cody Rhodes deserves. The amount of pain he went through just to get back in the ring, followed by a badass performance against Gunther here, was enough to send me home happy. Only we're just getting started, so that makes it even better. Welcome back, Cody. The pyrotechnics exploding outside the Alamo Dome is kinda pointless since nobody in the crowd can actually see it due to the enclosure of the roof. Bray Wyatt is finally competing in the ring on TV for the first time since WrestleMania 37, and his feud with LA Knight exists for a match just to promote a new brand of Mountain Dew soda. Really think we could have come up with a better name than that.
Brought to you by Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
No shit.
Okay.
Man, I feel bad for LA Knight here. He makes his long entrance to the ring and waits patiently for Bray Wyatt to make his brand new entrance, though now he's gotta wait for a 4-minute promo video to finish, followed by a near 5-minute entrance. Maybe Bray should have entered first due to how long this was gonna take. Look, I'm all for Bray Wyatt's spooky entrances, but this walkway is insanely long and it already takes Bray around 90 seconds before he finally appears through that door. May want to consider shortening the theme song in the future. As if the advertisement from the commentators wasn't enough, now we present a CGI advertisement for Mountain Dew Pitch Black. For the last time, I am not drinking soda anymore. Your temps won't work on me. Hey guys, look, it's the Naomi match. Oh god, if she returns, she's probably going to request that all her matches be contested under Mountain Dew Pitch Black rules. Either that or this is actually a match designed for laser tag.
Right now. Oh my.
That's 2 matches in a row where a wrestler hits a belly-to-belly suplex throw and causes their opponent to nearly land on their heads. I get that it's been a while for Bray Wyatt, but I seriously hope he at least trained prior to this match.
Bray Wyatt's eyes. Look at his eyes.
Bray Wyatt is addicted to glow-in-the-dark popcorn, or whatever the hell that is. Either way, that glow-in-the-dark object had a family, you psycho. I'm trying to be impressed by LA Knight driving Bray Wyatt through the table, but I can't help but be distracted by what I believe is glow-in-the-dark popcorn. This match looks more fun than it does scary because of the neon colors.
Impressive performance by White thus far.
Indeed, LA White is doing a tremendous job against Bray Wyatt, right, Michael Cole? Great wrestler, LA White. Neon lights surrounding the area, endless Mountain Dew Pitch Black promotion, glow-in-the-dark popcorn, and now lightsabers. I'm just waiting for LA Knight to say, hello there, yeah!
Sister Abigail. Bray Wyatt lights out.
Well, that was easy. Perhaps this is supposed to be Bray Wyatt's new scary look, but unfortunately, it's showing that he's growing more white hairs on his beard. We grow old so fast, don't we? Where the fuck did Bray Wyatt find Kane's mask? Take a little trip to Knoxville before arriving in San Antonio?
I don't know if I'm going to higher ground.
That may be because LA Knight figures having the high ground gives him the advantage, though he's underestimating Bray Wyatt's power. I wouldn't try it. Also, post-match assault. Bray Wyatt claims that he is Uncle Howdy, that everything we've seen is just an illusion, so how do you explain this right here?
Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy takes a risk and conquers the pyrotechnics machine while leaving LA Knight completely unscathed. So how much longer until these life-size Firefly Funhouse puppets actually become part of the supposed Wyatt 6 cult everyone's talking about? I'm all for long-term storytelling, however this is moving like traffic in New York City. In 2017, the attendance was a little over 52,000, and that was with nearly every section filled to the brim with fans. Now, with less than 70% of the stadium being used in a smaller stage environment, the attendance is somehow a little less than 1,000 from before. You can understand how fucked up this logic is, right? I miss the days when the graphics showed what title was on the line without the need of a giant CGI title up in your face about it. Remember the cool ways they showed titles being on the line from the 2000s?
Maybe she'll become champ.
If Alexa Bliss is trying to lock in the bow and arrow submission, she's not exactly doing it correctly. I already cringed enough from the last match, please don't make me do it too much here.
Bianca Belair, all she did was win, win, win.
And lose that one time in 30 seconds. Oops.
Almost looks like a bit of frustration from the champ.
My head hurts from the amount of times I had a face palm. That hip toss was terrible from both women. They usually put on better matches than this. Need to work on the communication a little. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this Raw Women's title match was severely lackluster, and the way Alexa landed on her feet first isn't helping it get any better.
Champion. Belair retains.
Alexa Bliss looked like she was going to kick out, then decided, nah, it ain't worth the effort anymore, and stayed down. So, Uncle Howdy returned from practically destroying himself 20 minutes ago just to continue staring at Alexa Bliss, and that's it? No follow-up? Not gonna jump off that balcony too? Hypnotize Alexa? Have Alexa commit to the Wyatt cult? Just gonna stare and cut to black again like all the times before.
The 30 woman!
I'll get to the main event itself soon, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed that neither Royal Rumble match was the main event of the show called the Royal Rumble. I'm most likely gonna praise the hell out of the main event's conclusion, but there's always that one feeling of exhaustion from watching 2 Royal Rumble matches and then having to watch more matches afterward. Rhea Ripley's non-pyro. Also, I'm actually shocked that Beth Phoenix didn't immediately return and assault Rhea to prevent her from entering the Royal Rumble match after what went down with Edge earlier. Or how cool would it be for Beth to have entered at number 2 so we can continue the brawl that went down? For weeks, Liv Morgan had been clamoring to enter the Royal Rumble match at number 1, then WWE decided to troll her by having her start the match but doing it at number 2 instead. Wah wah.
Get a championship match.
What is it with Pat McAfee referring to championships as championships? He's clearly said champion several times throughout the night, but goes back to saying champion. You're cool in general, but trying to force some coolness out doesn't work well.
The woman who has appeared in every women's Rumble match.
That would normally sound impressive, but Dana Brooke has been literally the most forgettable competitor in women's Royal Rumble history despite competing in all 6 of them.
Liv Morgan.
Pat McAfee awkwardly says Liv Morgan because that's the only thing heard from the commentators in the last 10 seconds. It went silent, likely due to lack of interest. Emma returned to WWE recently and unfortunately is stuck in the same position she was in back when she got released in 2017. Sporadically appeared, but didn't do or show much of anything in the ring, lost again and again, had some sort of reference to her real-life relationship with Madcap Moss that was ultimately scrapped, and then wasn't seen until tonight. And I can't lie, I kinda forgot that she even existed on the SmackDown roster. Whoops.
Well, if that's the case, then I hope
The fuck was that supposed to be?
if she's had years to strategize for this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Emma was strategizing for the Royal Rumble match for years after getting fired from the company and forgotten of up until Triple H went into power and called her number.
She's tied for the most eliminations back in 2021.
It was actually in the 2020 Royal Rumble where she tied Bianca Belair with the most eliminations at 8, not 2021.
Why would you try to eliminate the person who's trying to eliminate the other person? Because it's stupid.
Corey Grace has been watching my content for years, I just know it. Not the first time he's referenced the things I said on here. He and I would make a great team.
Could Bayley be the first Ultra star?
To be a WWE Ultra Star, even people who have never seen nor heard of WWE would have to know who you are. So I'd say only Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, The Rock, and John Cena are in that category.
I hope that she doesn't take a page out of Top Dollar's book.
Yep, we all remember what happened to Top Dollar when he tried to flip over the top rope and failed miserably. But I can't help but laugh at Michael Cole taking a jab at that moment literally every single week in many different ways.
1/3 of Hit Row.
Actually, B-Fab is 1/4 of Hit Row. There's another guy who's part of the group, but he went away on vacation. He met a guy named Keith, though. I heard they had fun, but then a disagreement led to them hating each other. Cool as B-Fab's white dreads look, they're clearly a problem when she's competing in the ring due to her constantly waving them out of her face with every move she does. She may want to consider having a less difficult look when wrestling.
Yep. And B-Fab.
Honestly, B-Fab's elimination looked almost exactly like Top Dollar's epic fail, complete with getting caught on the top rope and crashing on the apron before hitting the floor. So it looks like Michael Cole foreshadowed what was about to happen.
A former NXT champion in her own right.
Even if Roxanne Perez slipped at the end of that Hurricane Rana, she did a good job keeping herself up in the spinning formation while Rhea Ripley made sure to keep her there. Love it when two wrestlers cooperate properly and succeed as a result.
Dakota make
It's a good thing that Dakota Kai caught herself because she almost became the next victim of Titus World's slide, and with LED boards on the ring apron, that wouldn't look as pretty or as funny.
the women's tag team champions.
Io Sky threw the women's tag team title on the ground with a lot of force when she entered, likely treating it like WWE treats it, like it's not a big deal.
Here we go.
Dana Brooke clearly knew what Io Sky was going to do. Hell, she even warned Liv Morgan about what was about to happen, yet the two still got hit with Io's cross body. That's even worse than just standing around and taking it.
Save him.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Dana. Oh.
Sorry, Dana, but that's what you get for trying to be a hero in the Royal Rumble match by helping others escape elimination. Karma.
Baszler broke her nose.
While the real reason of Natalia's absence was nasal surgery, the commentators are making it seem like a broken nose kept Natalya out of action for 3 months, when that type of injury wouldn't keep her out that long at all. I would get excited for the stare down between Natalya and Shayna Baszler, but it's a little awkward because they already fought each other like 2 minutes ago.
1 foot. Referee Sean Bennett was right there.
Corey Grace claims the referee confirmed that only one of Shayna's feet hit the floor, but if you listen closely to this moment, you can clearly hear the referee shout, "Your feet hit the ground, get down." Listen to this.
Damage control.
What do you gotta say about that, Corey? Xia Li seems to have more character repackages than Lacey Evans these days, wouldn't you agree? I don't get this. Why is the referee not allowing Xia Li to bring that katana into the ring but allows anyone else to use weapons? The Royal Rumble match has no disqualification, so what's your problem?
No chance of me helping.
Man, referees are taking quite the abuse tonight. First from Brock Lesnar in the men's rumble, and now from Xia Li in the women's rumble. Was this one also unplanned?
Slugfest. That. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Calm down, Pat. Io Sky was sent through the middle ropes, not over the top. No reason to panic here. You mean to tell me that the cleanup crew didn't take care of the mess made all over the announce desk area during Bray Wyatt's match with LA Knight?
They were a makeshift tag team at one point.
Practically the entire women's tag team division are makeshift teams with the exception of a rare few, and I emphasize rare few when I say that. It's sad.
won the 2000.
I find it weird and funny how Asuka has returned with that scary looking mask, yet the commentators don't even care about it.
Yeah!
Even if Corey Graves can be annoying, this was one of the moments where he sold Asuka's new look very well.
Slide. Kick my teeth.
That's a double sin moment. Tegan Nox clearly missed Asuka completely, but also Asuka had a delayed reaction. Doudrop is dead and Piper Niven has been reborn. You absolutely love to see it. So glad to see her back with her former name.
Do you think someone's gonna get dropped?
Great, we had a fun moment with Piper Niven's return, and then Corey Graves just had to ruin it with a very bad Doudrop reference. You reacted very well for Asuka, why not the same for Piper?
Somewhere Eva Marie's looking on in envy.
Shut up, Michael! Don't you dare reference the name known as Eva Marie. You just might convince her to come back for the third time, fail to do anything of relevance, suck in the ring, and get released all over again.
This is a match that we have been dreaming of.
I'm just saying, but can you give me an example of someone who actually dreamed of Piper Niven versus Tamina when it was bedtime? Because I'm honestly drawing a blank here.
A little bit of research here.
Michael Cole lasts longer to do research on Chelsea Green than Chelsea does in the Royal Rumble match.
The second time in her career.
Second Royal Rumble match for Chelsea Green, and she lasted only 4 seconds on her supposed big return. 17 seconds for 2 Royal Rumble match appearances. That's gotta suck for Carrot and Chelsea.
Io Sky.
Io Sky hung on when Becky Lynch threw her over the top rope, then chose to give up and crash to the floor on her own accord. Likely because she sees no point in going forward with Dakota Kai no longer being in the match. Zelina Vega and her Street Fighter look. Not bad, honestly, I like it. Plus, Street Fighter is a fun game. Premature WrestleMania sign pointing. Not to mention, Zelina went over the top rope, so she's badly jinxing herself. Mia Yim can't seem to make up her mind on where to put the Michin name, because now I've seen practically every possible combination. Michin, Michin Mia Yim, Mia Michin Yim, and now Mia Yim Michin. That is so Michin annoying when it's moving all over the Michin place.
Woman who promised to eliminate all the women.
Well, if that was Lacey Evans' intention, she already failed to do that before it was even her turn, since we've had several eliminations take place. Maybe she should have offered to start the Rumble if she wanted to eliminate all the women.
To be on top of the world if she wins the Royal Rumble match here tonight.
Lacey Evans had to hesitate so that Liv Morgan was ready to be thrown into Tamina, and it still was horribly executed. I don't think it's her character that needs to work, WWE. I love that Michelle McCool has reacted like she had no idea that she was going to be in the Royal Rumble match. She's probably like, wait, again? Oh crap, I'm not in my usual gear. Oh well, let's kick some ass anyway.
Rumble match! Oh my goodness!
Honestly, give Michelle McCool one more run, even if it's just on a road to WrestleMania. Guarantees she could still put on epic performances. This was so freaking awesome. Go ahead and list your Michelle McCool dream matches in the comments while I take off 5 cents.
Time boot by Indy.
Well, that was weird. Raquel Rodriguez roars at Indy Hartwell, probably expecting Indy to be intimidated by that and eliminate herself, and it backfired. More premature WrestleMania sign pointing. Although Indy Hartwell was probably practicing for the moment when she actually gets to compete at WrestleMania, which is likely not this year. Lacey Evans eliminates Zelina Vega, then proceeds to continue posing on the top rope where any wrestler can just shove her off and she be out as well.
As a warm-up from the top rope.
Piper Niven got so irritated that Shotzi was taking her sweet time on the top rope that she literally signaled for Shotzi to hurry up and jump. Yikes.
Oh, look out!
Nikki Cross channels her inner Charles Robinson from WrestleMania 24 during her appearance in the Royal Rumble match.
Spike the jacket, Nikki Rose still in the Royal.
We've seen wrestlers previously jump the gun when entering the Royal Rumble match, and now we got the WWE themselves jumping the gun. Nia Jax was the scheduled 30th entrant, and WWE literally played her music before it was time for the countdown to appear. I won't lie, I thought she was just arriving to beat the shit out of everyone before the actual 30th entrant arrived, and I would have been cool with that. This, not so much. 30 sins for a horrible botch.
Is back!
The Irresistible Force is back, complete with the Royal Rumble buzzer trying to censor Michael Cole saying back for whatever reason. Whoever was in control of the audio is definitely getting fired after this is over.
Any match Nia Jax has been in, she's been the favorite to win.
Bull freaking shit.
Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator.
Even though this was clearly on Rhea Ripley due to her not having the strength to lift up Nia Jax after everything she went through, I guarantee everybody still blames this on Nia Jax. Also, I won't lie, the biggest disappointment here is that Nia Jax never squared up with Piper Niven, the one who many refer to as the superior version. Even if it was for 30 seconds, that would have been fun to watch.
All these supers!
Nia Jax continues to set records in the Royal Rumble match, first woman to compete in 2 Rumble matches in the same night, and now the wrestler with the most opponents needed to eliminate her, as it took 11 wrestlers to eliminate Nia, breaking Viscera's record of 8. Yep, that'll do.
You ready to take on Raquel? Whoa, whoa!
It's hard to tell if Asuka was trying to lock in a triangle choke and failed to get her other leg up in time, or Raquel Rodriguez tried to lift up Asuka for a powerbomb and lost her grip. Decide amongst yourselves on who gets the sin.
For a moment there, Asuka and
Because Sonya Deville didn't jump up at the right moment, Asuka missed her knee completely. Quite a number of botches near the end of the Royal Rumble match. Come on, Piper Niven and Raquel Rodriguez have been in the ring for a long time and even went after each other already. Why the stare down moment like it's their first time fighting in the match?
And
Liv Morgan be like, oh no, Nikki Cross is about to hit a brutal DDT on the ring apron. Must prevent potential cool moment from happening. Although Nikki Cross had a bad strategy here because even if she did successfully DDT Asuka on the ring apron, there'd be no place for her to fall except outside on the floor, thus eliminating herself.
Morgan eliminated by
Rhea Ripley absolutely deserved this moment. First woman to win the Royal Rumble from the #1 spot, and I was sure that Liv Morgan was about to win right there. That head scissors takedown was the perfect way to conclude the Women's Royal Rumble. So let's take off 15 sins for Rhea's amazing 61-minute performance and victory.
Surprised all of us. Thank you for having me.
Alright, much as Corey Graves has been annoying me with his random hatred of Pat McAfee, I love that moment where he tried to do the pencil catching trick that Pat does and failed miserably. Love that comedy. Seriously, literally 3.5 hours into the Royal Rumble event, which included the 2 Royal Rumble matches, we're getting a live performance. With all due respect to Hardy, we're tired and want to get to the highly anticipated main event now. So Hardy, skip! Also, it literally takes almost an entire half hour before we finally get to the main event of the show.
The GOAT!
Along with Roman Reigns. Oh fuck, Pat wasn't talking about Sami Zayn. Sorry, my bad. It's just everyone else has. Can't blame me for that mistake, right? Even Paul Heyman is impressed with ring announcer Samantha Irvine the way she introduced Roman Reigns. That was awesome. She's got great talent. Although the spotlights are showing anything but Roman Reigns in this shot. Gotta suck when you're the double world champion and the spotlights are mostly on Paul Heyman.
We're gonna teach him a lesson tonight.
Then do it already!
Until your referee Chad Pattern.
Chad Pattern. That's an interesting name to change from Patton. What was the inspiration? Making pattern buildings on Minecraft?
In this business, in this world.
Oh, it's written in the
Kevin Owens tried to pull a discount Shawn Michaels with that corner flip move and failed miserably. May want to leave that to Shawn.
Noia as he delivers now, and Kevin.
Roman Reigns is actually surprised that his version of the Rock Bottom did not finish off Kevin Owens. Dude, you may be the cousin of The Rock, but you are not The Rock.
There are some careers that don't last 3 years.
Because Vince McMahon had enough and released them instantly without a single hesitation. That's mostly what I can come up with when it comes to WWE careers cut short after less than 3 years.
Thing he has, elbow.
Out of all the hits that actually connected with Roman Reigns, the one hit that knocks him off the turnbuckle is an elbow that didn't even hit him. Wow.
What? Oh my God!
Roman Reigns unintentionally became a pillow to cushion Kevin's fall after that failed attempt at a moonsault. I'll send the botch because it's kind of what I do, but I am at least glad that no one got hurt. That's most important.
Went for the stunner. Roman Reigns.
The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point in the match cliche. That's now happened for 3 of the 5 matches that took place tonight.
At ringside tonight.
And to the surprise of no one, Roman Reigns is a dick to Kevin Owens. My tribal chief, we don't have a chair underneath the ring over here. But how about one of the lightsabers that LA Knight used against Bray Wyatt earlier? Will that help?
Stunner ring. He's got him now. Damn it. Damn it.
Cole sold that very well with his continuous repeats of damn it. Even had me thinking that Kevin Owens could win the Universal title. That's the beauty of these matches.
Now trying.
Let's be honest, no one can look at that and not do one of 2 things. Cringe in pain and or grab the back of your own head. I did both because that was more brutal than most of what we see lately. Even before the great moment happens, I like that the cameras make sure to capture Sami Zayn's reactions to Roman's dastardly intentions for Kevin Owens as he questions his loyalty. This is cinema. The chair shot heard around the world, the one that gives even the portrayal of Seth Rollins to the Shield competition. And that crowd, practically every single one of them went crazy for that. I debated for a while on what I should do, and finally chose to remove 50 sins. Very emotional. The massive plot twist that I did not expect was Jey Uso walking out on the bloodline. I had a feeling that Sami would choose to help Kevin Owens in the end, but I did not see Jey Uso walking out like that. Holy shit, what an ending to this epic pay-per-view event. Let's remove another 30 sins and end it there.